First of all, thank you very much for the invitation, Wolfgang, and we also like to thank Gonçalo for bringing us along in this considerable, large Portuguese delegation. The purpose of my presentation, I'll try to do it as brief as possible, is first to show you the potential of this new area in Portugal, in the south of Portugal, Alqueva, and secondly, to let you know how can we, the company in charge of this infrastructure, to help you to come and to figure out whether it is a good opportunity for you to invest or to consider Alqueva as a new area to purchase your produce for your cooperative or PO. So first, where is Alqueva located? In the south of Portugal, in a region called Alentejo. We were going through cyclical periods of drought, meaning that besides being a rain-fed based economy, we were losing a lot of population there. We're talking about 1/3 of our country's territory. And the thing is that what can be done to revert this trend and this situation? So one of the basic assumptions behind the trend that we were facing in the south of Portugal is what you can see here. Even if we have an average rainfall of 500 millimeters per year, the rain is not equally distributed, meaning that we don't have the water, as in the south of Spain or in the south of Europe, enough, or we didn't have the water available when it was most needed for our agriculture. So as Daniel was saying beforehand, we needed to fill this gap. So we needed to make the water available when it was most needed in the south of Portugal. Because without the water and without the guarantee of the water, this is what is going on in the south of Portugal. The index of sustainability for the desertification is increasing a lot, especially in that area that is signaled in red, where our project is located nowadays. So what did the Portuguese government decide to do? So we have to invest in water stocking and efficient distribution. So this was the main challenge we have ahead of us. So because we didn't lack water only for agriculture, also for the population, because every 5 years there is a drought in Portugal. Even if it's located or generalized, it always affects the south of Portugal. So we have good soils, diversified soils, so we can do a lot of different crops with scale. We have more than 3,500 hours of solar radiation and hours of sun, and we didn't have the water available, at least available every year, so we could consider to invest in more profitable crops in the region. So we have decided to go for a strategic water reserve. As Wolfgang was just mentioning, our lake, our reservoir, has a capacity to more than 5,100 millions of cubic meters, which allow us to guarantee to any farmer in the region that will not face any water restriction. The farmer can go through any drought period without any water restriction. And we can do that for 4 years. So we have the water already stocked in our dam in Alqueva that guarantees to all the farmers in the region that they will have water without any restriction for the next 4 years. And this is the asset of Alqueva in the south of Portugal, with all the conditions you know for agriculture, with the sun and the soil and everything regarding to solar radiation. So if I have to finish my presentation, it will be here. So I have not, and especially, I have not more relevant things to say if I only had 1 minute. But okay, once I have the time, I will go a little bit deeper. So we have decided to go for this water reservoir. And through this reservoir, we can guarantee the efficient distribution for 120,000 hectares. They are under construction, but they will be finalized by the end of 2015. And this is a huge commitment by the Portuguese government. We are a state-owned company. I represent a state-owned company. And I can tell that our shareholder is very committed with this project. We already have the financing guarantee to finalize the 120,000 hectares by 2015. So the thing that we have decided to do was, okay, first, because most of this project is financed by the EU, so we had to decide what are the areas that are more suitable for irrigation. We started with 190,000 hectares, then it was reduced to 120,000 hectares. So we can guarantee that we preserve the natural values. And then on the top of this, we design probably one of the most modern irrigation projects in Europe, and that combines irrigation with energy. This is a dual project, so we have energy production totally renewable because we have a complex of 2 big dams that allow us to turbinate energy during the day and pump it upstream during the night. So we can put the water back and go on producing energy without any water consumption, which is very good for us because it releases all the water for agriculture. That is the most important point of this project. However, the profit from energy is very good because we can have a much more competitive price for the water. But we can talk about it at coffee break, not now. So, another thing that is very important now is from the very beginning, it was mandatory by EU, but we took it very seriously. It's our environmental management plan. So what we want to develop, what we're doing here in the south of Portugal, is to create and to promote a very sustainable territory for agriculture, because this investment is supposed to last for 100 years, and we want farmers to be there for the next 100 years and doing a very intensive and sustainable and profitable agriculture. So this is where the lake is. The largest lake in Europe is in the south of Portugal. In yellow you can see Alentejo. In light green is the area of influence of Alqueva. By far, as I just mentioned, it's the largest agricultural investment ever done in Portugal, and it's a 2,500 million euro that has an area of influence of 10,000 square kilometers. Talking about Alqueva is talking about independent water supply. This is the asset again. So meaning that once we have 4,100 millions of cubic meters of water stocked in this big lake over there, and once we have the concession to irrigate of 600 million cubic meters, if you divide one by the other, it's around 7, but of course you cannot use all the water you have, but at least it is guaranteed for 4 years when the project is working at the full power, not today. So this is how Alqueva looks like today. This is brand new. We already have 68,000 hectares infrastructure. Out of this area, 63% is already irrigating. So we have 37. That's why we are here, because we need people to go there, or to people to buy there. So the good thing, it's just in a parenthesis. I have to thank also Wolfgang and Gonçalo, because we were supposed to knock on every door of your office selling Alqueva. And being here, it saves us a lot of money and time. So, coming back to Alqueva. So this is how Alqueva looks today, 68,000 hectares. This is how it is supposed to look by 2015. 120,000 hectares. So the area in dark green is the one is already infrastructure. The light green is on the way. And this, we are already working with the Portuguese government to extend the benefit of the guarantee of water of Alqueva to 50,000 hectares more. And we are doing this in a scenario of crisis, as you know, in Portugal. But this is kept and will be kept as a main priority for Portugal, because the thing is that we really have an area that needs our intervention. Otherwise, it will be desertified, and we will lose the huge agricultural potential we have in the area. As mentioned just before, we invest a lot in everything related to sustainability. So you can have an idea, because our budget for 2014 is closed. Next year, we will spend around 3 million euros on measures related to sustainability, talking about surface water resources monitoring, groundwater resources, biodiversity, soil, everything. Next year we will spend 3 million euros on these issues. Why? Because we are really aware that these are the risks behind an irrigation project in areas such as Alqueva. However, we are investing in creating this green barrier. This is an obstacle to desertification and to negative impact of the climate change. And we can only do this through agriculture. That is why our government is so is investing so much in this project, because besides all the wealth that we can create in the region, it will also help us to minimize the impact of the desertification and climate change in Portugal. This is crucial for us. That's why we have to approach all the region on a sustainable way. This is not just my speech. This is the reality over there. So, where are we spending those 3 million euros? I will not name it all, the projects we have, just talking a little bit about the impact. So our goal is to promote biodiversity, the diversity of crops, talking about riparian vegetation, of course control invasive species. Okay. So, how can we help you? 2 ways. We know the territory very well. First, we have developed together with the Portuguese University a software where we have uploaded all the information on weather and soil. pH, conductivity, days of frost, whatever, you just name it. So we have all that information already uploaded. So you come to me and say, João, I want to go there for onions. No problem, just let us know the main restrictions for your specific variety. I'm not talking about the crop, that variety that you just developed. We just upload that information in the system and we supply you a map like this one for free and very fast. So you will know immediately which areas have high potential for your specific crop. This is an output for tomato. I can tell that for potato it can be around 7,700 hectares, for peaches around 26,000, whatever. You can name it. This is only one single example. We can do this for any crop. On the other hand, we know all the landowners, because we have to build up the infrastructure, and because they pay us the bill. Because there's a fixed fee and a variable fee, and all of them, they pay us the fixed fee. Meaning that, what can we do with that information to help anybody coming to the region? This is what we do. In any second, I can just take a picture of, this is a part of Alqueva area, between 3 small villages. And I can know exactly what everybody is doing there. Because at the beginning of the season, they had to apply for water. So we collect not only the information about the crops they're going to develop, but which is very good, so we can get these maps, because we want to promote the diversity of crops, as I just mentioned, but also very important, and this links a lot to what Danielle was just saying, we need to know in advance the water they need. So we can pass this information to the team that is in charge of the water management, so they can bring the water during the night as cheap as possible, as close to the farmers as possible. So we can minimize the cost of energy that we have when managing this whole system. Because what we have here is a sum up of these individual application forms. And we do this for everybody that's irrigating. And we have a very close relationship to them. So we not only know exactly what they're doing now, we know exactly what they plan to do, which is very good information. But there is the other group, is the people that are not irrigating yet. What have we done? We have talked to all of them individually. We have more than 700 inquiries asking them, sorry, you have an hydrant at your farm. Why are you not irrigating? Do you want to sell your land? Do you want to lease your land? Or do you want to go for contract farming? If there is a good project that we bring to you. And the issue is that 75% of them told us, okay, if there is a good project, we are farmers, but we were rain-fed farmers. We don't know how to deal with the water. Probably we don't have money, working capital to invest in irrigation. But if we have a good project, we will go for it. So when someone, and we can have all this information, I will pass through this one, but this is the good thing. So when each one of you come to Portugal, to Alqueva, you are all invited to come, by the way, you just have to bring us the answer to 2 questions. First, which crop or crops or varieties do you want to bring? We run the CSAP, that's the name of the software, and we let you know exactly the location of the areas with higher potential for that crop. And the second issue is, what is your business model? Do you want to lease, do you want to buy, or you want to go for a partnership with local farmers? We cross the information from this software with the information that we have about, not only about the landowners, but about the landowners' expectations. And when you go there, when you take the plane to Alqueva, you will only meet the farmers that are willing to go along with your business model, and which land has a huge potential for the crop, specific crop you're looking for. But I just wanted to show you a 3-minute movie about Alqueva, and I'm done. Thank you very much, and you are all more than welcome to Alqueva.